we all have ideas, right? And how we think the world could be better if they just do this. Well, now in the history, of the world, at least the world as we know it, it is easier to get your idea out there and make money than ever before. I mean, the internet allows that. And now you have a chance to share your idea, whatever you think people will need, and it costs nothing to share and to find out. Before in our society, you had to work on something and try to develop it, see if it works, and shop it around at big companies, shop it around to investors, do all this kind of stuff. And the people out there are waiting years, before you get it out there, maybe, to see if it'll sell. And you've been having it for 2 or 3 years. Now, it takes almost no time at all. Once you have the idea, you make a prototype and you put it on the internet and you raise money to take that idea. And the interview you're going to see now is somebody got over $400,000 for their idea. It's a simple idea, but it helps people make their life better too. Now, they invented something. It's a light that you could use 24 hours a day, and you don't need electricity. You just need like a bag of sand or a bag of rocks, and you pull it up and it works on the gravity system. It's a gravity light, and it works for about 20 minutes, and you pull it back up. So anywhere in the world, you can have this without electricity. You don't even need the sun like you do in solar. You have light forever with a bag of rocks. Now, in underdeveloped countries, this is a gold mine. I mean, it's great for camping and us in the back shed, where we don't have lights and things like that, just to have lights in place we would never need. Or when we have power outages. I mean, that's the other thing. At least I don't know where you live. I live in a fancy neighborhood, so to speak, and God, there's nothing. We'd lose power for a few days. And then I get the flashlights and they're out of batteries, right? Because I haven't used them in a couple of years. Well, now with a bag of rocks, I just pull the bag of rocks up and for 6 feet, and they'll go for about 20-25 minutes. And see, in underdeveloped countries have no electricity at all. What they're living off of is kerosene, and they're breathing that stuff, and that costs about a third of their income. These people in poverty only make a couple dollars a day, and a third of that money goes to lights at night. And that's a lot of money. Just think if you could save a third of your income and didn't have to spend that anymore. So that's like getting a 33% raise, right? That you could spend on other things that you could use. So that's what they're doing. And they got over $400,000, on the internet to develop that idea even further. They weren't even finished, with the idea, and they were able to get that kind of money. And it's not from some venture person or fat cat or something, just individuals that are sending in the money. I believe in what you're doing. I think that's cool too. See, that's what's so neat about the internet. There are millions and millions, billions of people on it that could see your idea. Instead of your friends and relatives, they're probably not going to buy your idea anyway. So if you get it out there to enough people, you only need a couple hundred people maybe. You only need a couple dozen people, whatever. That's all you need. So when you're talking to billions, there's a bigger possibility of that being in there. The people who think like you and believe in it like you, and they're the people you're after. And you could never find those people before, as you can now on the internet. That's what's so wonderful about this thing that is in all our laptops and everything. That's why I think broadband is so important now. If you don't have good internet speed, you can't do anything in this world. It's so dependent, unless you're fixing plumbing. But then even to get supplies and all that, it's so important. And also your ideas are important. Your ideas are for the rest of us. If you take the time to get your ideas and think it through and show them on the internet and get some feedback, and even if it's not wrong right the first time, nobody interested. They'll tell you what it should be, and that's what you need. You need that feedback to refine your ideas. And you could do that for free. You don't need experts telling you what to do, because they don't know. An expert that can tell you what will work or not. No, the public does. They're the only people who know for sure what's going on, and you could reach them and they'll tell you. And then if you're wrong, you just go back and try again. Life is just picking your butt up and trying again. But if you have something you believe in, you'll do that. If you have something you don't believe in, you'll go somewhere else. So watch this interview. Well, Caroline Angus, man, you and your buddies there are going to put the battery people out of work, but more importantly, you're going to create work for all of Africa and underdeveloped countries because of your light that is this magical light, gravity light at gravitylight.org. Man, you guys invented this light that does nothing but runs on a sack of sand. How the hell does that happen?
I mean, you pretty much got it. Basically, you fill a bag with rocks or sand, about 10 to 12 kilos, attach it to gravity lights, and then lift the weight. And as that falls gradually over about 20, 25 minutes, it generates power.
Wow. Never seen anything like. I mean, I've seen these cranks, you get and all this kind of stuff or whatever, maybe, and way to recharge it. But actually, it'll never need a battery. I mean, like in the United States, I got one of these. I mean, I got to have it in my shed or whatever, as you guys say in your little video, which is wonderful. And you'll never need a battery in your life, and the sand never runs out. You can find another set of rocks if that doesn't work. And it really, the sack just goes down gradually to generate the electricity, right? And that keeps the power for about 20 minutes, and you put the sack up again. And
yeah. And the beauty is it just takes a couple of seconds to lift again. So unlike your wind-up toys, which takes several minutes of hard labor. Yeah.
Right. And I've seen the bicycles, the batteries light up to a bicycle. So somebody's on a bicycle doing all this kind of stuff to generate the bike. Yeah. So you solved out that problem. But also you're creating, you're starting, actually, this crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo is also getting a supply chain in Kenya. So you're creating jobs in Kenya, saving people money in Kenya, because they now use kerosene lamps, which could cost them a third of their whole salary just to buy enough kerosene to have a light on after dark.
Yeah, exactly. So with gravity light, the idea is that eliminates kerosene lamp, that they can start saving money within 2 to 3 months of then that price being paid off. And saving families up to $70 around about a year, which is huge when you're living off $3 a day. And then the idea with the crowdfunding campaign, which we're about 15% away from.
Hey, you're almost there.
So it's exciting to help Nambulan, Kenya. So to create local jobs around putting together the gravity lights, and then to sell that in, Kenya, East Africa, and beyond. Our ambitions are huge. We hope that every one of those 1.3 billion people without electricity will have a
1.3 billion people. That's more people that go to Walmart.
Yeah, it's one in five.
Yeah, 1 in 5 in the world. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they all need light. And you say it's, I was telling you about my wife who works with sending young women to school in Africa. And you say lighting, even in Africa, man, it's not having the extra $40 to school. It's really being able to work at night after they do their chores. And without lights, you can't be a student in that country.
Yeah, exactly. And then, I mean, even if you saw the video with the boy studying right next to a kerosene lamp, imagine sort of not just the fire and burn risk, but breathing in those fumes as well. Super cancerous fumes cause eye irritations, coughing. Not a nice thing to study by. So it's not really inducive to studying.
So it's not only improving education, improving health, improving longevity of life or whatever, and God, and it's all on. And now, actually, people get this if they want to use it at home now on your campaign for $70, or even help you with the project, because that seems to be important. The more important thing of this, that you've already raised almost on this campaign alone, almost close to $200,000, and it's really to set up a factory in Kenya so they create jobs, they create lighting as a fraction of what it would cost there. It's like the invention of, it's like Thomas Edison in Africa, is what you've done. Someone who's bringing electricity.
It's fantastic. I mean, Gravity Light touches upon, as you say, the health side of things, the education, tackling poverty, and then also eliminating CO2 and black carbon. So also thinking about climate change. It's got so benefits, that we're just excited to see how much support we've had so far and to make this a reality.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a game changer in that part of the world. I mean, and we take it so for granted in our country, and you got 1.5 billion people who just a light bulb changes their life. Man, where can you change a life in this country with a light bulb? You can't. So that's why you found that problem and solving it. So thank you so much for doing this work.
Country too, though.
Right.
I was just saying it's a game changer in your country, because if you think about Hurricane Sandy, Hurricane Katrina, how many millions were without power for weeks? And without a battery, you can just store gravity light, have your bag of rocks and handy, and set that to work.
Our electricity grid is so fragile now, it seems. It goes off all the time. You know, I mean, I'm an old guy, so I don't remember losing electricity for like days and even weeks at a time as we are now. So one of these in the basement is better than that, that flashlight I have when I have to bring out every year or two and its battery's dead because I haven't used it. This thing will never die because your sack of sand or sack of rocks, nothing can happen to it. So that's terrific. And I think people anyway should go to Indiegogo and see, actually go to your website, gravitylight.org, to see the video that you've created that shows the remarkable work that you're doing and this product that is just terrific. I mean, and you guys are using the internet. You're not using big financial backers and everything. You got people helping other people around the world get what they need, and you're just doing it because you saw a problem and want to solve it. And I thank you for doing that work, Caroline. And it's gravitylight.org. Did I miss anything?
That's perfect. Thanks for spreading the word.
Thank you very much. And I miss being in London. I hope to be there soon again. Thank you so much. Take care.